Hi everyone. I um I disappeared again, didn't I? Yeah. Okay, so I did disappear, and a lot of things sort of happened over the past 2 months, and the thing was, I was doing pretty well keeping up with everything and trying to make sure that everything was working. We were keeping up with videos as much as I could, going back for throughout my day job and here, but something kind of there was a few things that happened, and one of them was very, very big, and it sort of spiraled down to what else happened when I took my disappearance or hiatus or whatever you want to call it. But when at the beginning of August, I had a lot of hopes. I was just finishing off work on the Saturday. Well, actually, I was just coming on my first day off on Saturday, and I had gotten a call from my dad. And usually, when I get a call from my dad, it's usually to tell me that he wants to plan something out, or just to talk, which we've done as much as I can, and usually I should do it more, even as I'm recording this, honestly. But he had called and told me on a message that to call him back because there was some bad news, which is very rare and is very unsettling when you hear that. And the reason I say, and at least for me, because I never hear bad news directed towards me when it comes to what happens over in Colorado, because it's usually very calm. I had called him back, and I had to find out that my Uncle Dan, his brother, had passed away after committing suicide. And it wasn't so much as I didn't. It was hard for me to even process that because months before, back in April, when I had gone out there to visit them, we were talking. It seemed like everything was all right. I thought he was struggling, but he was doing okay because I know he had a lot of support. He was going through a rough divorce at the time, and there's a lot of people don't know what the factors were that may have caused this. But I'm not going to say anything because I don't know myself. So that happened, and I had to, and I flew out, and I didn't have to, but I wanted to fly out and be with them, be with my family, and mourn with them. And I'm saying a lot because it took me so long to actually want to record this because I was processing how I was going to explain what happened. But I went out there for a few days and I had hung out with everyone out there and mourned and gone through the funeral. And I had gotten back maybe later on that evening. And I would figure things were going to go back to, or at least try to mourn and grieve and try to get back to a little bit of normality. But the thing about it is, I have mental depression, which, if you don't know what that means for me, it's sort of harder for you to get over things, especially things like grievance and death. And so, from that point on, throughout August and through this month, even, I have been suffering a very low point of a depressionary phase that I haven't suffered in many, many years. And it affected my day job, and my workflow, and even on YouTube, because as you can see, I've barely uploaded other than 2 videos, thinking I would be explaining it confidently. But what happened was, it gotten so bad that earlier this month, I had, in the first, and I'm hoping the only time, I had my first panic attack. And it was during work, during my shift hours, and 2 of my coworkers and 3 of my bosses saw me fall to the ground, and what I felt like I was suffocating and being choked for what seemed like a minute, an hour, maybe 30 minutes, or it could have been 30 minutes, I don't know. But I had to get back up and try to move through it, and I'm still trying to recover. That I'm trying to find help and trying to find solutions to that. And I just sort of disappeared for a while. Not my best moment. Not my best moment for this channel, and not the best moment for me. Because I do want to do this more and do YouTube more and create content better. And I know it's gonna be harder because now content's gonna be a little bit harder to go by because now YouTube's been placing so many new rules, regulations, and I guess you can say ideas that are making it so that people can abuse the system more than they should on certain things, or they can try and make it sound like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. And I haven't been hit with it. That's the one thing I've been paranoid since I've been back, is if I'm going to be hit with one of these things. And luckily I haven't. I think I've been pretty safe for the most part. And but the main point I want to say here is I am okay for the moment, and I'm trying to get better. But I want to do this more as a job. I want to do YouTube, and I want to be more entertaining. So that's kind of why, like if you're hearing right now, I'm not using. It sounds like I'm using a different microphone, and that probably is the case because I used to use a full-on headset microphone, which sounded pretty crap. So during my disappearance, I decided to get a few upgrades. Like, for one, I am now using a new microphone which has its own pop filter, and I kind of experimented around with a arm stand which I'm using to record. And I'm going to keep upgrading more of my setup. I'm planning to get a few things, including a bigger PC to do a lot more recording than 3 hours per night, and that's what I'm getting extra hard drive to put aside, so that way I can have like more like uncut video to edit and chop down, so that way I can get through things a lot better than one night playthroughs and like one night, okay, I got 3 hours to do this till I run out of space and I have to render, which would probably be the case, but I want to try and make sure I can do more of it. That's why I'm kind of saving up for things. That's why I'm trying to do more work, and luckily with, I guess, a bit of a resulting pay raise a bit, I can do that more. So, I'm kind of excited about that. But, yeah. And I'm recording this first before I record gameplay because it's a little bit easier. That way I can get my thoughts across, so I don't forget, like, okay, after this gameplay I'm going to talk about stuff, and I want to make sure I get it up there. So I guess for the main reason I did YouTube first started, because I want to do something different. I want to do something that I felt like I would like to do. This is something I want to do, and even though there's only like 5 subscribers and little views, I still do this. I have about 31 videos up right now, and I'm trying to upload more every day. And I'm planning to finish playthroughs more quicker than I have, but I don't know. Things happen. But that's why I'm gonna try and get like certain things that came out, like Bioshock, the Bioshock not collectors, but the new HD collector series came out, which I want to get and put that up on the channel, especially like for Halloween stuff, because both Bioshock 1 and 2 can be kind of Halloweenish games. Bioshock Infinite and so forth will probably be played later on, but I kind of want to make sure that it's something that the channel would want and would want to be given towards. And I want to play games that I do like to keep that going. And I'm thinking all of October, since it's going to be pretty much the month of scares, I'm just going to play scary games and see how much I can spook myself and see how that goes. and maybe, I don't know, we'll see where we can go from there and continue like certain other Let's Plays, because I got Deus Ex, which I want to play for the channel. I got tons of other games I want to play for the channel, but I haven't got around because, well, as before, yeah, that happened. I hope you liked it. I hope you didn't like most of it, but I hope you guys understand what happened. That I didn't just up and stop. I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop doing this channel. No matter what the problem is, I want to keep going. And if I ever get deleted, I can just start up with a new channel, a new IP, and just start from scratch. And it's not like I don't want to stop. I want to keep going and try to find content I can do and content that I like to do. And I think I'm kind of rambling a bit, aren't I? I'm rambling. I'm a rambling man. I'm a rambler. But I do want to do this more as kind of the big point, and the other points where I'm going through my mental depression phase, which I'm fighting for right now. I'm fighting against. That's a better word, not for. Why do I say for? I'm fighting against my mental depression, and I'm trying to fight through it to try to expand on trying to do this better, this YouTube thing better, because I want to do YouTube more, and I want to try to entertain you guys, and I want to try to make entertaining videos and cuts and full Let's Plays and one-offs or something. I actually want to do other things too, like maybe make comic dubs of like certain web comics or something. I don't know, because I wanted to try and try to express myself in other ways, like express how I want to be a voice actor, how I want to expand upon that and have it kind of like a demo reel up or something, and try my other ideas I've talked about before in like the last update video, which was months ago, and I want to try and get that out there and go back and do things back in Fallout 4, which were like the new like updates and new stories and stuff like that I didn't get to do. And I can't do mods because Sony said nope. But that's why again I'm saving up to get a new PC, because I want to try and get as much as I can recorded in more than just a few minutes worth. And I think that's all I wanted to really say. And I hope that I find something that's good to put over this that I can at least be okay with to put up, and if not, I'm probably just gonna fool around with it till I find something. And if you do know someone who's suffering through depressive states or have thoughts of committing suicide, talk to them and let them know that that is an option. That should never be an option. That they can always talk to you. That there is someone they can always discuss this to try and levy the situation. It shouldn't be, because when you do have mental depression and when you do have these thoughts, they affect you more than you can ever imagine, especially when they affect the person that's going through themselves, that have a hard time realizing that it's going to hurt others around them just as much as it will hurt them. And I'm not trying to preach, I'm not saying you should do that, but it's something that it's hard to battle through, and I think everyone who has the worst case scenario of this have the worst side effects to it, and I hope one day that I don't end up that far, but I was always told that it might be something that happens in the future, so that's why I have to consider medication as an option to do, and I don't like the idea of doing it, but if I want to try and fight this, I have to use every avenue I can. And I think that's kind of where I'm going to leave it off. If you thought this was informative and you kind of went any or worried that if I disappeared or anything, let me know. Or if if you're ready to see more content or have any suggestions for me, you leave them down in the comments below. I hope you all have a great day, and if you want to see gaming videos that I actually do try to do, subscribe and like it. I mean, you don't have to like this. I don't think I'm not going to monetize this video because I don't think there's much point profiting off my off my pain, because yeah, no, that's something I want to do. Yeah, let's profit off my pain. That makes it easier. But this video won't be monetized, so but you can still subscribe and you can still share. And if you want to like it, go ahead and like it. But you know, and I'll see all you guys in the next video. Dark Cyberfox out.